discussing the issues that make Phoenix a world-class city. Now, on the issues.
Welcome back to On the Issues. I'm Phoenix City Councilman Mike Johnson. On today's show, we'll get a recap on a recent community block party and learn about a business that's making a difference in the community it serves. We'll highlight a program that brings smiles to kids' faces, and later in the show, we'll discuss ways you can give back during the holidays. My first guest recently hosted Partners in Prosperity Block Party and Car Show. They were guests last month and are back for a recap. Welcome back, Ann Malone, President of Require the Prior, and Mark Spencer, President of Phoenix Law Enforcement Association. How are you doing?
It's good. Thank you for having us, Michael.
This is great. And that was an outstanding block party that you had. Have you recuperated and recovered from all that hard work?
Trying. It was a great day.
It was an outstanding day. I tell you, you know, being out there during the block party, actually being on Indian School Road, you would not realize that that was Indian School Road. It just looked like a big community affair during that period of time. You did an outstanding job while you were there.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to make sure that we come back and highlight and talk about some of the things that you actually had, because you had a tremendous amount of vendors that you actually had out there.
Yeah, we had over 100 vendors and businesses also along Indian School Corridor participating, and we had both retail and service people highlighting some of the local charities that are out there, city services. We also had over 75 classic cars in our car show, 3 entertainment stages, and an art show that was produced for us by the Arizona Art Alliance, another one of our partners.
Okay. And you know, as I walked along that Indian School Corridor with you during that period of time, I'd have to tell you that so many people came up and commended you and thanked you for, you know, putting on such an outstanding event, and the weather turned out to be just excellent.
It was a perfect alignment of all the good.
All the things that I tell you, you know, and the commitment of not only yourself and your family, your husband, your son, who actually has a band that was actually sick and still managed to come out there and play for a little while. But, you know, it was just an outstanding dedication and commitment on not only just you and the organization, but your whole family who, you know, participated, including your little one who was just kind of like rocking to the music.
Yeah, it's a privilege to serve the community, and we appreciate it, especially to be partners with PLEA Charities and all the good that they do in the community. It's such a terrific organization to support.
And actually, we did a fundraiser for the PLEA Charities that was there, Mark. You know, first of all, let's talk a little bit about what the PLEA Charities are.
PLEA Charities is the police union's 501c3. It's a non-charitable organization or umbrella group that we have that focuses on 2 needs: caring for our community and providing for our police officers. And so Ann used the phrase, "It was a great day." I would have a different description of it. It was a wonderful success. It's a wonderful success, and 2 ingredients that make that happen are commitment and community. It's not dollar driven, it's not politically driven. It's truly a love of the community, and specifically with Ann, it's the ability for businesses and neighbors to partner with police to make a positive impact on the community. It was a wonderful success.
It was great. And actually the car show and part of the event was actually to raise money for the PLEA Charities.
Actually, everything went above and beyond the expenses to the PLEA Charities, and we were able to raise over $30,000 this year. And in addition to that, just raise awareness of what it is that PLEA does for the community. And they fill a need that just isn't for the officers, but for the community as well. And just recently, in fact, gave a grant to a local charter school. And maybe Mark would like to talk about that as well.
That was great. I had the opportunity to be there with you, Mark, when you made the presentation to the PLEA Charter School, which was really outstanding. So, you know, let's talk a little bit about that, because as you said, PLEA Charities is not just about, you know, helping in the officers and their families, but also for the betterment of our community, to assist and work with the community.
Yeah, down at PLEA Preparatory Academy, I think it's at 1401 East Jefferson. 2 old cops, I guess we could say we're good looking, but that might be stretching it. Whenever PLEA Charities, and specifically Phoenix police officers, get a chance to invest in inner city families, that is crucial, because how the inner city goes is really how the city goes as a whole. So it's important for us to give back to that community, and the opportunity was there, and we appreciated partnering with you to make a positive impact. Third and fourth graders have long memories, and if we can help balance learning the mind with the spirit and the body, that's a good thing to do, and that was a great opportunity to do that.
Well, actually, you made a contribution to them to work with the track team that they actually had there, and then part of that was because you know, had been down to the school and actually seen the kids that, you know, the kids were out there and really spirited and running, and you know, they needed some help with either, you know, uniforms or shoes that they were running in, that you went to PLEA to see if PLEA could assist them, and they did.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I saw these little children running in their, you know, Oxford shoes, and the coach said, well, they can't afford 2 pairs of shoes, and it took nothing. I picked up the phone, I called the PLEA Charities, and I said, hey, could you guys help them out? And I actually only asked for a small grant, and they gave twice what I asked for, and they arranged to have the children have physicals at a cut rate price with a specific doctor, and if anything happens to their, shows a heart problem, they'll have free EKGs as well. So once again, the PLEA Charities went above and beyond our expectations of what the community needed. It was wonderful, and it impacted the children tremendously.
And they actually, the kids actually wrote some letters and little thank you. We were just kind of smiling and talking about some of them.
Yeah, here, you want to read some of these?
Oh my goodness. Thank you for sending us the check. Is there anything we can do for you guys? Spelled G-I-U-Z-E. Looks like something I wrote. You guys helped how we needed to get our shirts. So once again, the opportunity to communicate to children, hey, your parents support you, your instructors support you, and your police officers support you too. That's a positive message, important message they need to hear, and probably don't hear all that often.
Well, that's kind of the message that you also gave them when you were doing the presentation of the check too. I think you delivered that same message to them, and which they received. And then actually in one of the letters I saw, I think one of the kids were referring to, you know, thank you, and it's, you know, having nice police officers, and, you know, reflecting back on that is the image that, you know, we want to reflect and let people know that police are, you know, our kids' friends, and they are friends to the community, that we do more than just come out when, you know, there's a major incident or something that's negative happened. But there's a lot of positive things that police officers are really involved in and get involved in, that our public safety here in this city is so well supported by the community.
Truly. And because of our partnership in the Block Party, PLEA Charities was also able to help 3 other major charities in the city. You might want to...
Well, St. Vincent de Paul, MCSO has a youth league, and then the Westwood Neighborhood Association. But also in addition to that too, Ann, we had the Arizona Arts Alliance, which really added a unique dimension to the whole event. They brought, if I might say so, a lot of class to a block party.
They sure did.
Well, you know, we actually had them on the show too, you know, a month ago, and I went and visited their tent where they had all the display there. There was really a lot of nice work that they actually had there on display. But then, you know, let's talk about, you had so many different vendors there.
I know, it was incredible. We had jewelry and pet care, and we had Deb's Dragons, where for $1 you could have a snake around your neck and touch spiders, and that was really creepy for me. Local artists, I mean, it generated quite a bit of tax revenue for the city of Phoenix, and we're happy to do that. And again, the most important thing was an opportunity to build community, and 25,000 Phoenicians came out and spent an afternoon together. And it was a free event, and it was community building, and you know, just recognizing the county and the city and citizens, everybody working together to make a successful day.
Well, you know, something that I learned also while I was out there, and that, you know what? Bikes are back in. You know, the old Swin and Stingray bikes. So there were so many people out there with their families and out there riding bicycles that, you know, it was just so delightful to be out there. But, you know, I just want to make sure that I just take a moment before we finish just to thank you, because your dedication and, you know, your commitment to the community. And actually, this is the 2nd annual, you know, block party that you've actually put on. And this all started, you know, for the amount of people and activity that we had there. This is within 4 years, you've put all of these things together, and you continue to work on them. But not only do you do it, you don't do it for yourself. You've done it not just, you know, to make the community come together, but you brought the community together. The people who benefit from this, you know, aren't your friends, aren't your kids, it's not your family, it's the community at whole. And I tell you, I just want to thank you for having that kind of heart, you know, and that big of a heart to do that, and also especially what you do for law enforcement and public safety, that you provide that commitment and support. And I just want you to know that, you know, those things do not go unnoticed, and that, you know, the city of Phoenix, you know, the community, the police department, we are so blessed, you know, to have you as a partner, and so proud to have you as a Phoenician. You represent what we look at as outstanding citizens, what we contribute back to the community. So I just wanted to take the last few moments to make sure that, you know, we publicly thank you, because a lot of times that hard work goes unnoticed. And, you know, you're not doing it for a job or, you know, for what you get out of it. You're doing it out of the goodness of your heart to make this city a better place for all of us to live in. So thank you, Ann.
Amen.
Thank you, Mike.